I don't want to hear no excuses about why y'all ain't following that court order. Not one. You follow that court order. I don't care if the narcissist is telling you, oh, my job let me off late. I can't get to the visitation on time when he know it's time to pick up his kid at 5 o'clock. You get on Our Family Wizard and you tell them, I'm sorry you're going through that with your job, but we got a court order and this is your parenting time. Can you figure it out with your job, or you can get another designated adult to drop our kid off. But you signed up for that parenting time, and this is, I don't want to break the court order. Don't let them trick you into breaking the court order. So let me tell you what happens after you win sole custody. Whatever reason that you won, pretty sure the narcissist ain't gonna show up to court. Cause mine did. He didn't show up to court because he knew what was up. He knew what he did. Gonna sit here and send a cell phone in my house through our kid, trying to set me up so he can get custody. And I found all out about it. And this fool up in his cell phone doing drugs, got drug paraphernalia and all this other stuff. It was just so stupid because narcissists are gullible. A side of them is gullible, but then they are also very risky. That was a risky decision to make, to send up in your number one enemy house a phone with all your information. It was so stupid too, so childish. So a part of them is like a teenager, got stupid plans to take us out. So that's how I won sole custody. So what really happens after you win sole custody? I didn't hear from this dude for a year because he didn't want to go up to court. He didn't want to face it. You know what I'm saying? He knew we would have destroyed him with the evidence. And I found out he was gay. Yeah, that's what they say. Narcissists are gay. Yeah, he up here on Plenty of Fish talking to men and women. You know what I mean? That's what we know. We know that they are, they go all either way. It don't matter with them. So I would have told all of that in court. And he didn't even show up to court, but it's kind of like, I'm kind of thankful that he didn't show up, because if I did expose all of that, would he have tried to, to get rid of me, unalive me? You know what I mean? I might not be here today to tell this story. So he didn't show up to court because his ego couldn't take that exposure. So left me alone for a year. And then a year later, he gonna file a motion for court because our kid was almost getting older, getting up there. He wanted to follow the conditions of the court order, which was, going to a drug class and a counseling class. And he was gonna ask the judge, talking about, what y'all mean, a therapist, a therapy in a drug program? What y'all mean? I don't have no problems. And I'm like, seriously? But this is a year later after I won sole custody. So, of course, they're going to set up a plan to get back at you because they're going to be pissed off that you won in the first place. I even told this dude about the court date because after I found out the plan that he put together to try to set me up for custody, and I found this cell phone in my house, you know what I mean? I was like, hey, I got everything. I know everything you did. That's all I said. You don't need to say no more. You got to let them think and be paranoid and go crazy themselves. So yeah, I found it. That's all I sent on Our Family Wizard. I got everything. And he knew what was up. You know what I'm saying? He knew what I was talking about. So after that, and I told him the court date. The court date is on such and such, such. Be there. This cat did not show up to court because he was scared. Narcissists are cowards. They don't want to face what they did, accountability for what they really did, stupid stuff they did. So he didn't show up because he knew we was going to destroy him. My lawyer was there. Judge was there. I got sole custody in probably about 15 minutes. You know what I mean? Because he didn't show up. Walked out with sole custody. That's the best thing he could have did. Gonna wait a year later and try to get me back to make up another plan. And a year later, he gonna come up with this plan with our son, talking about I'm mistreating our son, and try to get custody back and try to get child support down because it went up after he lost custody. So what happens after you win sole custody? Watch out, y'all. Especially if your kid still is under the age of 18. Watch out, because they want war. They want to get revenge on you again, a revenge on you for winning, even though they the one that messed up and nobody told them to do the stupid stuff that they done to get custody. All they had to do is co-parent. They just can't do it. They're too busy worrying about us, trying to be up in our business, trying to figure out what we're doing. They are obsessed with us. So with that obsession, he destroyed himself. I didn't do it. He did it to himself. So you all dealing with the narcissist, guys, just check your kids' bags and backpacks and rooms and cell phones. You better get up in them cell phones, especially if you got teenagers and stuff, because they got some inappropriate relationships with their narc parents. And a lot of that could be grounds for more parenting time for you, less for the narcissist, which would benefit all of our children. They don't need to be with them. They are awful parents. They are terrible. They're not even focusing on parenting for real. They focus on you, on us, on getting revenge. They don't love their kids. They don't care. It's just a game for them. So check your kids' things randomly all the time. I'm telling you, it's going to pay off one day. You better get up inside them Xboxes, all that. Because the narcissist was communicating with my son on Instagram. It was weird. He was like, asked her, what time I'm supposed to come get you? Because he always high all the time. He don't even know what time he's supposed to come get his son. What's in the order? I'm going to ask him, tell her, do I get you today at 5 or 4? What's the day? He ain't even remember the days that was in the court order. This is time that you fought for. This is time that you wanted so bad you can't remember because you a drug addict. You can't remember nothing, but you're using your kid for information. We had all of that. We had all of that just because he did it to himself. Narcissists do it to themselves. They hurt themselves with their narcissism. It just, what goes around comes back around again. If you're trying to get revenge on somebody, the saying is you better dig 2 graves. He hurt himself. I didn't have to do nothing really, but just protect myself and my household. And I encourage you to do the same, and you will win. You'll get not only so much about winning custody, you will be able to, your kids will be able to see. They'll be able to see who's the healthy parent, who's the unhealthy parent. And if they decide to, enable the narcissist behavior, that's their choice once they get grown and older. Because you did the right thing. You took care of them, provided for them, and you did the right thing, raised them. So if they want to side with the narcissist, that's their choice.